Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of this weekly video series that I like to call Flex and Reflect Sunday Sit Down. Every Sunday, I sit down, I answer the questions that have been asked throughout the week, and in about 10, 15 minutes or so, just answer all those questions for you. So let's get straight into it. So I should say that's around health, fitness, nutrition, mindset, cardio, strength training, that kind of stuff. So first question, what's the connection between gut health and mental clarity, and how can I improve both? Your gut health, I know it's very topical at the moment. We have these topics in health and fitness and wellness that come by from time to time, and gut health is one that's certainly hot on the press at the moment. Uh, so your gut health can be, obviously it's crucial for you to like cleanse your body, to get rid of stress out of your system, all that kind of stuff, and just for overall operation of your blood, your how your organs work and all that kind of stuff. And it can be a real process to go through to work out how do you improve your gut health. Normally, it only shows up in a way that is your body sending you a signal, whether it's pain, whether it's constipation, whether it's diarrhea, whether it's just bloating, whether it's pain, and you're trying to pull apart what is actually going on for you. It can be quite tricky. Obviously, you can go do blood tests and all that kind of stuff to see if there's anything that's showing up there. But usually it's a process of elimination and experimenting to find out what exactly is going on. So what I find in today working with most of my clients is that the first one that I get people to test first is gluten. Just remove gluten from your daily eating, and just go to gluten-free products, or just stick to more healthy ingredients. Don't go for processed foods and stuff, and just try do nothing else, change nothing else apart from going on effectively gluten-free. After about 7 days, you should know like if it's dramatically better, no better, et cetera, et cetera. And then this is without going to the doctor and having a test. Obviously, you can have tests for it. But that's the first thing that I suggest. If that is then not it, I say, okay, well, put gluten back in, or stay the way you are for 7 days, and then remove lactose. Because they are the two most common things that I find that people have issues with. Sometimes it's soy. Some people have issues with soy. And soy is in so many different things. So look at eliminating that as well. So it's a real process. You can do these things by yourself, and then go and seek professional help as you required, and just hopefully you've got a good relationship with your GP and they can refer you to relevant people. Now, how gut health affects mental clarity, obviously, if you've got something going on down here, it's going to have a dramatic impact up here. If you're constantly bloated, you're having digestive issues, diarrhea, all that kind of stuff, then and somewhere in between, then it's going to have a clear impact on your mindset. So obviously there are some things you can do around your mental clarity, which are focusing on your health to make sure that you're energized and focused, setting some goals for yourself, scheduling, work ethic, all those sorts of things which help you with your mental clarity, having some breaks through the day to give back to you, to keep filling your buckets up, if you like, of what it is that you need to bring out the best version of you. And so, assuming you have no gut health issues, you can be doing that stuff. You can do that as well. But obviously, if you don't sort out the gut health issues, it is going to have a dramatic impact on just how you're feeling about things. And it's going to play on your mind. Is there something wrong? Is it much worse? And I just say, try the least resistance thing first. So in other words, what you wouldn't do is say, oh, let's go to a surgeon straight away, right? Because that doesn't make any sense. You go, okay, well, what would be the things that I can try by myself first, see how they impact, and then progress from there. That would be my suggestion. Okay, how can small micro decisions during the day lead to significant health improvements over time? This is something I talk about often. uh, there are people out there that talk about taking massive action. Tony Robbins is a great example of that. Now, Tony has played a great role over a decade ago to help me with my mindset. Now, he talks about taking massive action every single day. The reality is, it's very difficult to take massive action. And what's your definition of massive? Every single day to achieve that. And most people just won't do it. It's like they're just exhausted from trying things, not getting results. And then they say, oh, well, what's the point? I prefer to go with these micro decisions, if you like, these small habits that you can make every single day, and then do those for 7 days. Can you still keep doing this? Terrific. Let's do that. And then let's add in that next thing. Now, this is a process that I go through every single day, and I'm looking at what are the things that I can be doing every single day to and analyze what it is that I've done, how to get better, and implement those into my life straight away. But it's the small things. And then, of course, over time, I've been doing this for like over a decade, but very focused on all aspects of my life for the last 3 years. And the results that it's giving, no single great result every day, but over the accumulation, it gives me so much confidence in who I am, knowing who I am as a person, how I'm living my best life, how I can still improve, but stretching my goals, reaching my goals, keep on moving them forward, building great connections with people, having a great impact on my clients, having a great impact in the world. And like 2024 is a great example of that, of everything that I've been able to do over that period of time. And it's not come from one single thing. It's all those little things that you do. And the more you do that, the more luck you have, the more opportunities come up, the more you say yes. And that's how you start to get to change. What I like to talk to people about is there's not one thing that you're going to do today that's going to change your life completely, right? Even if you leave a toxic relationship and you make that decision today, that is not going to change your life today, right? In some ways it will, but it's what happens over time and how that rests with you, your heart, your soul, your mind, how you're able to move on, rebuild, move forward. That is the part that's going to change your life. So that's what I want you to keep in mind. There's not going to be one person that you connect that's like, bang, in that moment, bang, you're an instant millionaire, billionaire, whatever. That's not going to happen. Bang, you're like, you meet me, start working with me, for instance, your life's not going to change overnight. It's going to be a process where the greatest success that my clients have is what they do today to help support the empowering decisions to change their life over the longer term. Because I'm all about health, sustainable health, making healthy decisions, empowering decisions, and all about this thing up here, your mindset to take this forward for the rest of your life. If I say, I need you to do massive things, you need to do a 45-minute HIIT session every single day or 5 times a week, you need to do 20,000 steps, you need to diet excessively, you need to restrict this food, you can't do this, you can't do that, etc., etc. You're not going to do it for long, right? It's not sustainable. So that is my answer to that one. They are crucial, your micro decisions. All right, what's your advice for finding joy in movement? Okay, especially for those who dislike traditional workouts. I can tell this question's from a right brainer. So, all right, for me personally, I love my strength workouts and I love walking. Right now, I'm coming up to 37 years that I've been doing all this now, and your body changes over time. Perhaps what you used to love or used to do, you can't do anymore, and you need to modify that. So let me just have a drink. Here's the question. All right, so I'm drinking Powerade, right? Powerade, Gatorade, that kind of stuff. So why are you drinking that? It's full of sugar, etc., etc. So I've just done a workout. This is to rebuild glycogen stores, and I've got my meal cooking right now, which I'm going to have after I finish this recording. So that's why I'm drinking that, not just water. That's the only time I have it before and after a workout. So the key, coming back to the question, is finding your definition of joy. What does that mean to you? Like, what are your goals for your health and fitness, and what do you love to do? So, for instance, I have some people say, I could never join a gym. I have to do all my workouts outside. Well, fantastic. You could step out your back door, be in the shade or the sun, whatever suits you, and you could do a body weighted exercise program. You could use resistance bands. You could use free weights and that kind of stuff that you can easily move around. So for instance, I did legs this morning. I did leg press. I can't take my leg press machine outside. It weighs too much. It won't fit out the door in one piece. It needs to be disconnected and stuff. So I wouldn't do that. But you know what I mean? So you got to find what it is that you want. Where are you now with your health and fitness? Where do you want to get to? Okay, does that make sense For instance, so let's just say that you want to grow incredibly strong legs and grow them quite a lot. You're not going to do that just by doing body weighted squats, right? So you have to look at, well, is my training going to meet what it is that I like to do? So, for instance, if you don't like working out, but you want to look like a bodybuilder with a six pack, it's not going to happen, right? If you want to be a marathon runner, but you don't like running, well, that's not going to work, is it? So you've got to find those things that really bring joy into your life. For me, I love my strength workouts. I love strength workouts more than cardio. Cardio for me, it's about trying to find the thing that you really enjoy doing. I've tried everything. And the one that brings me the most joy is walking. So I walk every single day. My goal is to get 10,000 steps or more into a day. And I do it outside because I prefer that to get out in nature. I usually record a couple of podcasts and that kind of stuff. But that brings me a lot of joy to be able to do that. The key is finding what it is that you like doing. Some people like doing yoga and those sorts of things. Those things can be really great for you, and Pilates and great for the core and all that kind of stuff. Ultimately, those things aren't dramatically going to change the shape of your body. They can be wonderful and form part of a strength and conditioning program, but they're not the key thing to do it. They can form part of it, but you've got to love what it is that you do. So finding those things. So, you can always just reach out to me we can go to mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com or studiospt.com.au. The links are below, and you can opt in for a free consult and we can have more of a conversation. All right. How can I build a morning routine that energizes my mind and body for the day ahead? All right. So this for me starts the night before. So today being Sunday, I set my day up for success for the whole week. What do I want to achieve by this time in a week's, by next week? And in that process, I'm identifying those key things, I schedule them, etc. Then at the end of each day, I'm looking at, okay, how was my day? What did I do well? So I'll give you an example tomorrow. I have 15 coaching sessions tomorrow, and that doesn't give me a lot of time for me stuff or business stuff in between. So I'm like back to back to back to back to back. Like small breaks here and here, and then another big block of it. So I've got to look at or what are the key things that I can do tomorrow? One for me, like when can I get my walk in? And also tomorrow's a rest day for strength training. And what are the things I can do to grow my business, grow myself, be there for other people in my life? And so that is different to Tuesday, where I have less client time and I can get more things in. So I look at the whole week and say, all right, well, I can't, if I got a major project, I'm not going to work on that tomorrow. So I just don't have the time. But what are those other things that I can do tomorrow to slot into those times? Um, the so then I'm saying it starts the night before. So I look at what have I got the next day? I already know tomorrow's going to be massive. So I think about, all right, well, these are the key things that I need to do to set myself up for success. In an ideal sense, I would always get up, no breakfast, go for my walk first, come back, have breakfast. And that's what I would do, because the cardio is going to, even though I'm not burning off a heap of calories, it's going to burn a bit fasting overnight, obviously, because of sleep and whatever's left in my tummy. It's going to go to those fat stores next, before I have a meal. So that's the way that I would do it. And while I'm doing that, I'm thinking about, all right, I know from the night before, these are the key outcomes for the day. So that's important. So I'm very focused. It's in my schedule. When I'm out walking, I'm recording podcasts. I'm thinking in between podcasts about my strategy for the day, what's next, what do I need to work on, etc. And I focus on the transformational things first. There will always be transactional things you need to do each day, but it's the transformational things. And then every day, make sure that you've got some self-improvement time. So maybe that's listening to like one of my podcasts first thing in the morning to get your mind in the right place. And you just really need to create this momentum and have a highly nutritious breakfast and get on with your day. Do not skip breakfast, right? Do not skip breakfast and keep going that way. And you'll find that it works very, very well. All right, let's do two more questions. What's the role of gratitude in achieving health and wellness goals? Well, we have very, very busy lifestyles, busy days, and there's a lot of demands placed on us. So I'll use myself as an example here. My like it can be very lonely being a successful businessman or businesswoman or entrepreneur because nobody really understands what you're putting into your business. They might see the time and all that kind of stuff, but it can be a bit of a lonely journey from time to time. So if you don't have a lot of other people in your life, which I don't, because I rely on myself and what I generate for myself and within myself to bring the joy and the excitement in my life and the fulfillment. But I find that if I don't take time out to be grateful for the things in my life, then I can find that you can start to just bring down how great you feel about yourself because you can have bad days. We all have them. It's like how you respond to them is really going to make a difference. So, for instance, if I look at my daughter Liv, who's no longer here, I could be very, very sad every day for her not being here. But instead, what I do is I focus on the gratitude in having her in my life, still having her in my life and the things that we're doing through her legacy, but also grateful for the time that we did spend together. And even though she was very unwell for a number of years with anorexia, I'm grateful for all the special time that we were able to spend together during that time and getting to know each other much, much better. And yeah, I'm grateful for what she taught me about empathy, um, not judging people, understanding suffering, and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's my contact lenses just moved. Um, it's a super important process to make you feel grounded, grateful, and looking at those other aspects of your life. Let me put my contact lens back in live here. Great video, hey? I wear hard contact lenses. That didn't work properly. One moment. I'm under pressure. There we go. Um, yeah, it's a really important a process in helping you be complete as a person because you can feel, "Do you know what, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me," and you focus on what you don't have in your life. And I think it's so crucial that you focus on what you do have in your life. And it's easy to be a victim and say, "Well, I don't have this, I don't have that, etc., etc." But the point is, if you look deeply enough, there's a lot of things that you've got to be grateful for. So that is super, super important. All right, last question. Uh, okay, what's one thing most people overlook in their pursuit of a healthier lifestyle? People are always looking for quick fixes. I think that's the bottom line. I yeah, I was just recently, just a couple of days ago, did a whole review of my health insurance. Health insurance, I don't know, it's so misunderstood. Anyway, I've been paying, oh, I don't know, it's about about 4 grand a year in health cover. And every time I see the transaction come through, I was like, oh my God, I pay a lot for somebody that's really, really healthy. And I thought, surely there is an opportunity to reduce this given I'm so healthy. So I rang them up. I'm with Bupa, for those that are also with them. And so I'm on, I think it's called Gold Hospital Covers. Um, with the highest level of what do you call them, extras. And I was speaking to the guy and he said, "Well, I can already see because he knows I'm a man that we can already cut this down because in that top hospital cover, it's about maternity things. And then we got talking about health and wellness. And he said that like this includes gastric bands, gastric sleeves, all that kind of stuff, weight loss type surgery. And so anyway, bottom line is I ended up saving, I think, $140 a month by making these adjustments and still being covered. And then I just thought about how much I could have saved in the years up to this moment. But anyway, it's all taken care of now. Now, the reason I mention that is that that's in the top level of hospital cover for private health insurance to have the gastric sleeve, gastric band. Now, there are a lot of people these days because they are more accessible and your drugs like Ozempic and that kind of stuff without people making the lifestyle choices and making the mindset connection with the need to make the changes. They want the quick fix. And That's not to say that these things do not serve a purpose for the right people, but I know that there's a lot of people out there going for that quick fix because they think it's too hard to do this other thing. Now, the problem is, because I see clients like this that have the surgery, haven't made the mindset change, and are still basically the same person in a skinnier body. Now, does that make them healthier? Well, the answer is yes, from a medical perspective, because they're reducing body fat levels and fat around their organs and all that kind of stuff. But until we learn to change the mindset and around what a healthier lifestyle actually means, healthy doesn't mean skinny. Healthy means filling your body with highly nutritious foods, eating regularly, exercising properly, doing things in a sustainable way, having a good self-image and body image of ourselves. Not being depressed or anxious and things like that. All of these things contribute to strong mental health and a healthier version of you. Now, people generally overlook what it is that they really want, why that's important to them, what's the greater definition of like health, for instance, that I talk to my clients about, and why that's really important to them, because it's in those deep things and those deep thinking that you're going to come up with why this is for you, and why it's not just something that you're going to do over the summer period so you can, like, it's really hot, it's going to be 39 here today, so you can look good in a bikini or the board shorts down at the beach or by the pool. It's not about that. Like, that's the outcome of a healthy lifestyle, perhaps for you, but it should not be the goal for just in here in Australia as it gets warmer, right? Because that does not result in health, right? It just results in a seasonal focus, and that's not what we want. So people often overlook these holistic things about what does it mean to do this for the rest of your life, not just for a period of time and then um, it all goes off the rails. We want to be very, very focused so that we can have these things that we want in our life forever. So that's my solution to those things. Thanks for all your questions this week. I'll put the links below if you want to connect with me. Have a great week. I know we are today's the 5th of January, 2025. Keep going, keep focused. I know here in Australia, a lot of people are getting back to work tomorrow, being the 6th, some the 13th. I've been going all the way through, including working Christmas Day. You've got to remain focused on what's important to you. Keep going, trust the process. See you tomorrow.